Following on from the video last week, I got a lot of questions. We talked about resilience, and I was asked a lot of questions about what does it mean on the ground, what do you need to do. Like you talked about like the pace you can go at the zone, and then managing intensities, and then allowing yourself to recharge, right? But they said, what else can you do? Well, it was a really good question because I've reached burnout before. I know exactly how it feels. I know exactly what it took to get me out of that burnout zone. And once I did, I said to myself, I'm not going to go there again. So I worked really hard, did a lot of research, worked really hard on ensuring that I never went there again. And that came all along to energy, because I do a lot of time management eating. I talk about the different principles that you can work with, and yes, they're great. But here's the question. What's the point in having time when you've no energy? So energy management became a priority for me. So what did I do? Just give an example. When I started researching all of this, I was also writing my book, and I was also very busy with work. And my book was slacking. I wasn't getting time to work on it. I had this great idea, John, I'm going to get up 5 o'clock in the morning and do an hour every morning before I go to work. Sounded great, right? But guess what? When I was trying to write stuff, when my mind was trying to be in creative mode, nothing would come out. And I found it quite stressful. I couldn't get the words out, and it was bothering me quite a bit. But then one afternoon, I was at home on a Friday and I started writing, and words just flowed. And then I did the same on the Saturday. Then I noticed, well, that's interesting. I couldn't do it in the morning, but I could do it in the afternoon. It was easy. Then I started to research this whole energy dynamic and energy patterns through the course of the day and how it changes. I came up with some really interesting studies, and the long and short of it was your body, your energy patterns change through the course of the day, right? So then it's all about, well, how do I fit the type of work to my energy pattern? This takes a bit of time, so it's about learning this for yourself. But what I discovered over the course of a few weeks of testing and paying attention and being aware of this and noting things down, that in the morning I was really good at admin work. Really good at just knocking out emails, getting stuff done, and that's it. So any mechanical role or job or activity I needed to do, great time in the morning, really efficient. My mind was sharp for that stuff. Then during the course of the afternoon and late morning, like early evening, late afternoon, I was really good at collaborative. I was really good at communicating, having conversations with people, whether it was sales, whether it was collaboration, whether it was something else, having meetings, collaborating with people. My energy patterns were really good for that. Then in the evening time, I was really good at creative work, as I said, when I started writing stuff and I really needed to think outside the box if I wanted to solve problems. So I started to practice this and test, and again, this took time. This did not happen overnight. This took a lot of tweaking, but in the long and short of it, there was 3 different types of work that I do quite a lot. The admin work, the collaborative work, the creative work. And for the most part, I try my best to fit them into the times of the day where my energy patterns suit that type of work. Is it always possible? No, right? But that was my first goal. Started to manage my energy patterns as much as possible, because guess what? When I was in the zone to do that type of work, it wasn't stressful. It was stressful for me to try and write words on a page at 5 o'clock in the morning. So again, this is not just about being in the zone and doing good work, but it also helps you to mitigate your chances of getting stressed. So that's a big one about mitigating your stress. And then the other thing that follows on for that, and again, this is a journey. This is not a one-size-fits-all for everyone. But once I got good at managing my energy, then I reeled it back into time and prioritization. And what could I do effectively in those times? And that's when you start looking at the Pareto principles. What is the 20% of the work that will give me 80% of my results, and so forth. And there's many other techniques you can use, but that is how I work on balancing my energy. Is it a bulletproof plan? No, but it will get you a long way there. But the other thing, the final piece I'd like to share is don't book your schedule for 100%. I used to do that, and it was 120 and 130%. I book my schedule to about 70 to 80%, sometimes 65, depending on the type of work I'm doing. And then I actually do block out the rest of my schedule to block out so nothing else can get in there. And that's my buffer zone. And I allow for breaks, but that allows for things that I've Speculator would take me an hour. Sometimes it can take a little bit more. Sometimes it take a little bit less. Then I've got time back. And then I can decide to bring something else using my prioritization management techniques. So that's a bit about energy dynamic. That's how you start thinking about how to balance, manage, and balance it in terms of keeping resilient in terms of all the different work types you do. It's not a one size fits all for everyone. That is a sample of what works for me. It's about finding your sweet spots, finding what type of works, admin, creative, collaborative. Look at the different percentages you spend in that time and then figure out what is the best time of the day to do them. And then when you're in that zone, how can you be really effective with your time management and prioritization management too. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please get in touch. I love answering these questions. I love helping, so please do. And in the meantime, this is Shay saying, have a great day.